y'all? It's Susan, and I am back. This is going to be part 2 of the Chunky Charm for the book that we're working on. And I hope it will only be 2, although I seem to be pretty slow, and it seems to take me a while to get anything done. Okay, so what we stopped with was this part right here. And I just attached that, and actually, it wouldn't even really need this top bead. It'll look just fine with just this bead. It's going to make it a little longer, but that's okay. So what we want to do first is just kind of get an idea of which beads we will be using. And since I do have a metallic look to the front of my book, I do have a bunch of cool beads that I got from Butterbee Scraps. They're all filigree beads. So I might try to use some of those. I'm just going to pick out a few that I like. Some of them are really big, but it might be okay. We may or may not use them. Alright, so I've got all these picked out. I'm just going to put them over here in my little egg carton. And I do have, let's see, so I have clear, that clear knob on the book, so probably some clear beads would be good. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some of those out. And those have a little bit of a blue tint. I wonder if these are primarily blue, or it's really hard to tell. They kind of look, I can't tell. It's weird. I'm not sure. Oh, and I have these cool flower beads. I'm going to pull that out. Let me put this chain somewhere else so it doesn't confuse me, because I get confused easily. Okay. And then I do have some bead caps that we can work with here. So I'll just put those there too. Oh, I have these cool metal bead caps that I haven't used yet. Oops, sorry. So we can put a couple of those down there to maybe use. Alright, so I think pearls. Do we want pearls? I do have some pearls here, which we might use. And I have a bunch of jump rings here, or not jump rings, but a bunch of head pins here, and they're all the flat ones. I'm just going to do the flat head pins because I don't really need them to be that long. Okay, so I have these too. These are really neat. I got those from Butterbee Scraps too, so we'll put one there just in case we want to use that. Alright, so we can get this one out of the way. I would love to have a permanent home for that, but I don't currently. Alright, so I have this stash of beads. Lots of beads there. Let's see. So the colors are mostly metallics, and I've got some greens and some pinks on the front. So this one will look nice, which is a pink bead. And this will go perfectly. It's got the green and the pink and the right green. Okay. And I have some that I've already done, like I've already put together. And I'm not sure if that'll be too big. Some of these may be too big. I won't know until I really start building it, so. I do have that one that's already pre-made. Let's see. I love that one too. Is that gorgeous or what? Oh, love it. Oh, and this one. We're not using blue, but look at how pretty that is. Okay. Alright, I am going to leave this open because I do have some small beads in there that I can use. Alright, it looks like I have some beads that are already ready. And I did purchase these. These I did purchase. And I purchased these the way they are. And let me see if I can show you. The odds are that this will come loose or great. Now see, this one was already done. Let's see if I can figure out how to get this into this camera where you can see it. Let's see. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see how that bead is? I bought that and it was already strung and already had a head pin in there, but you see how that head pin is not even really secure? So that's really not good. That bead will come off. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Okay. And in the same set, that one is a good bead. That one will probably work fine. So anyway, so that's the difference between something, you know, that will fall off and something that will not most likely fall off. Alright, so thinking I can use some of these. These are kind of a peachy color. They're real pretty. Ooh, that's pretty too. That one will work. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, my nails are just crazy bad, aren't they? I need to manicure bad. Sorry, do that on screen. Alright, so I got those, and I know there's a whole other set somewhere. Where did it go? That's not the new one. This is not. Oh, look, there's a bunch more pink, and I think we're going to use a lot of these. There's a bunch more pink and green ones in here. Those will be good. Now you know why my desk is such a mess. This is pretty too. Look, it's got pinks and greens in it. Let's see, and it's a little bit of a different pink. So it looks like we have quite a bit to work with here. Alright. Alright, so where is that other box? Okay, give me 1 second. Alright. Oh, this has some stuff in it. But nothing we can probably use. Nope. Okay, there's another box somewhere. And I just don't know what I've done with it. I have misplaced it. So I've got that one. There's one more. Oops, popcorn. Here we go. There's the other one. Uh-oh. Alright. And we have this one, which has, I'm just throwing stuff everywhere. Plus I have these, which would be pretty. It would probably be nice if I had all this sorted before I start the video, huh? I'm just not that organized, y'all. Okay, so there's lots of beads in here, and I'm just kind of getting a look to see what they are. And, oh, there's those white leaves I bought not too long ago. I can use some of those. Those are pretty. I have white and clear, so I can probably use a couple of those clear ones. And I do have some small green beads, and I have clear white beads here. Alright, so now basically what we do is we just get started. Try to make some room here so y'all can see what I'm doing. Alright. So I got a head pin. And I have pearls. Let's go ahead and start with pearls first. And we're not going to do a real long charm, so I'm just going to stick with one head pin for each, what do you call it, for each dangle, I guess you could say. I'm going to start out that way anyway, because once you start getting it built, then you can figure out what you need and where you need it. There is no science to the very beginning, but once it starts filling out and you can see where it needs more, is where you start to decide how else you're going to make your dangles. So we're going to start off real simple. I'm going to just do some pearls here, and I'm going to do one of these metal beads and just another pearl. Not real fancy there. And that's a tinge long, but it's probably going to be fine. So just bend it down. And so just have it bent down like this. And then I'm just going to put it right there and kind of pull it towards me. And try to keep it as straight as I can. I just want to line it up so that I get a nice little curl. A nice little, see? Alright, so that's the first one. So generally what I do, and that one's actually could go down a little bit further, is just make a few, which is why I have extras left over. Because, oh, and see, these you need a longer head pin for those too, just an FYI. Alright, and then, we'll do some clear. We can get a little fancy with this one. We'll do a pink bead, clear bead, and we'll do this fancy bead right here. No, I don't really care for that. Need a bigger bead. And also, this may not be long enough. This 2-inch one may not actually be long enough for this big old bead. That actually looks okay. Let's see. If we go with another pink one. Let's see what it looks like. And you really want to have some small beads too. You don't want them all to be just crazy big. It just seems like the ones I just gravitated towards were big. And then I'm just rolling it up straight as I can. There we go. So that one. Alright, and then for these, you actually need these head pins. So we can do a pearl, and what else do we want to do? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and I'm just going to bend it down, just where it's like that, and then roll it up where it's straight, because you want it to be, I don't know if you can see that, you want it to be lined up, so you can't really see it, that's double the strength. So that bead, assuming your jump ring is going to be on there well, is it's going to last. So, and then I'm just going to grab one of these small jump rings I have here. And this is a really small one. This is probably like a 4. I'm not very good at measurements, y'all, but it's probably like a 4 millimeter if I had to guess. And here again, as you can see, that loop is not overly great. Unfortunately, that loop is built in, so I'm just going to kind of straighten it up a little bit and make sure it's together, and hope I don't weaken it by turning it here. Hopefully not. So sometimes beads come off. You just have to be prepared for that. That happens. It is fragile. It's handmade. And you're not a machine, so. Alright, and so that one's very close. You shouldn't even be able to see a gap in that jump ring at all. So that'll be a pretty little one right there. That's cute. Okay. Oh, I need to open up these sparkly ones. My favorite. Loves sparkle. Alright. See why I use the egg carton? And I do like try to organize every once in a while. As you can see, it can get out of control really quickly. So, alright, so I'm just going to do one of the sparkly ones. And I don't think I have two of these peachy ones, or I would, you know what, this is pink, so I think I'm going to try to use a pink bead. See if that'll give us enough. No, not really. So we'll just do the sparkly bead, or I could do a longer one. So it's just up to y'all. But you see what I mean? Let me just measure just to make sure I haven't gone crazy. You know, my measuring skills are way off. Yep, that is a 2-inch head pin, and you see how. Let me show you better, because just in case. Okay. So I would never go smaller than, unless you're working with seed beads or single beads. I would never go shorter on a head pin than 2. And there's some occasions where you need 3 inches. So just, it'd be good to just have an assortment of that. Okay. See, that's a 2-inch. That's a 2-inch head pin, and I can't use, I mean, it's not long enough. That is certainly not long enough at all. It won't even turn once, hardly. So just to give you an idea of why the 1 inch is probably not going to be a good fit for chunky charms. Now, if you were to do chunky charms and then put single beads between each dangle, that would probably be cute, and that would work. Kind of like how I did that bracelet where it has some single beads on it, and then some beads are, you know, multiple. So I'm just going to, I know y'all can't really see that, so it's just really not that close enough. But I think y'all get the gist of it. And sometimes they don't, you know, they don't stand straight up. And when you bend them, that's what they do, is that helps them to stand straight up versus kind of leany downy. But, so that's pretty. Alright. So we got a few working here. I think I want to get some that are not so big. So I need some, I got some pearls over here. So I have bead caps. Let me look here. So if I do one of these, like, I think that might need to be just a, oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? Okay. That might need to be just a little bit bigger. Let me see here. What do I have? I wonder how I feel about that. Sometimes you may not know how you feel about something until you try it. And you may be like, no, that doesn't work. It's kind of different. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do this. Flip the bead caps the other way for the bigger bead. That'll probably look nice. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so look at that. That looks nice. And I mean, really, if you look at it, that's about a half of the head pin that is available to use in your what would you call this? Your whole, your ring. So that looks really pretty. That's pretty. Okay. And that's a good amount too. I mean, really, 1/2 inch is a good amount to roll up. Not everybody may do that second layer there, but I can tell you all this, that I've seen beads come apart. So, you know, let's go with a different color. Let's see, I'm going to use this green and pink. Oh, maybe I'll use this green bead here. I have those clear glass beads I got from Oriental Trading. And I'm going to try these little filigree bead caps. Alright. Yeah. Well, that might be just a little too busy. Yeah, I think that's a little too busy. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, my phone's ringing. I'll be right back. Alright, yay, that was the wrong number. Yay! Alright, I'll go ahead and put this. This is a really pretty color combination. I love it. I love these bead caps with the green and the peach. I'm going to show you real quick. I don't know, can you see that? I think that's pretty. Alright, and just bend it down. Now, on my books, sometimes I use a few real charms. It just depends on what I'm doing. I mean, for me, it's all about the beads. I like charms too, but it's all about the beads. I mean, if something goes with my theme really well, like the butterfly, for instance, then that's great. This butterfly right here, which we can use, if I can tell where, if I can find where I put it. I think I must have, what did I do with it? See? Even the egg carton's not foolproof. Oh, and then I do have these, I have these glass butterflies. I think we'll use one of those while I'm contemplating on what I did with that other charm. Alright, so, and I think I'll do green. And you know what? I think I can probably get away with some green pearls. Yep, I think so. I don't know. We'll see if it's too long. And these are glass beads. Well, oh, the hole is on the side. Doggone it. That's a bummer. Oh, here's that other bead. Well, we'll just use this bead then. You know what? I need another little bead. Let's see, I got a little green one right here. A little green baby one. Okay. And then I'll just put a little green baby one on the top. It's getting a little short, but I'm going to work with it. So we got that one now. So making the dangles are fun. So I would say a lot of the times I make more dangles than I need, because this is what I do. I just start making, I don't plan it that well. I mean, I just, I get beads out that I like and just start making dangles out of them. And then when you get ready to add them to the charm, and you have all these ready dangles for you. And then what you don't use, you can use later on another dangle. Like, in one of these, I have a bunch of them that are already made up. I think it's the one I put over here. I was working on a charm and decided that, you know, the blue, you know, that I couldn't use the blue in that particular dangle. So I have quite a few dangles that I have already created. And, you know, some of these, I made these and decided that they were just too big, you know, at the time or whatever. So that might be the easiest thing to do if you're new at making these, is just go ahead and work on putting these together. And then once you have these together, then you can separate them in an egg carton or something like I do. And to see if to see if you get inspiration. And these I've got from Butterbee Scraps, and I probably need to watch a tutorial on how exactly to use these. They're not as easy used as you would think. Now I'm going to use one of these 3-inch ones. And that's probably the very reason why I bought these 3-inch ones. How do I want to do this? I think I want to do it... I guess we can just look and see, huh? So you have that. I think it needs to go the other way. Yeah, so that's what that looks like. It's definitely different, isn't it? And since it's so very narrow at the end, oh, get this one out of the way. Probably use a little baby bead at the end. Be nice if I had a little peach baby bead. You probably don't even need that, but it's just going to hang like this. Yeah, you know, and these are tougher, so these take a little more to bend. These longer ones. So, just gonna roll it up. Just keep it, line it up on your little bar as you're rolling, just to kind of keep it. You see that? See how I lined it up? And that's there we go. That's a pretty good loop. And then what we'll do here is we'll grab a small one, and we will grab, let's see, what will we grab? Let's grab these. And I need a small bead. I'm using a peachy bead there. Let's see what we got. Let's do a clear one. Since we have a clear bead at the top, we'll do a clear bead at the bottom. I'm just putting my bead caps on there, so that's what that looks like. And then this is a little long. It's a little more than what I need, so I'm just gonna cut just a tiny bit off. And then roll it up. Yeah, there's probably going to be 3 parts to this video. Alright, and then if you have something that looks kind of like that, I don't know if you can see how that's end is kind of poking out there. Yeah, there you go, you can see it. Just take your flat nose and try to bend it down like that. That worked perfectly. And it's a little loose, so I'm going to try to tighten it up just a little bit. Let your tools do all the work for you. There, that's cute. So what we'll do is we'll hang that from there. I'm just making up stuff as I go, y'all. There's probably a better way to do that particular bead cap. I probably should research that more. But, you know what? It's good to do it differently anyway, if that's not the right way. It works. Alright. It's definitely different. Yeah? Alright. Okay, so I'm just going to make some more. Let's see, let's look at these. These are different styles. Alright. Where's my book again? I keep looking at my book for inspiration. Okay. A lot of beige going on with that. We got these. Okay, we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got these cool little metallic ones. These gold ones. Oh, sorry. I should have known that would happen. So here we go, we'll just mix the metals. So we got that, and then let's see. Oh, that works. I like that. Okay, leave that there, and then a small one. Yeah, so that mixes the metals. That's good. Alright, so just bend it. Sometimes I do this a little bit awkwardly. I start it where it's a little bit awkward, but then I start rolling it and it works out for me. So however it works best for you, I think probably everybody does it just a little bit differently. There we go. See? Looks different. And that mixes the metals, which makes me very happy. I think I'm going to use this dark one because I don't have one like that yet. And I have these gorgeous beads. I love these. And actually, maybe these might work. They've got some, like a kind of a gold tint to them. I wonder. I think they're a little bit too dark, though. Oh, but I do have this little butterfly. It has blue. I wonder why I have that one butterfly. Oh, I know why. Because not all of these butterflies that I got from Oriental Trading have the hole on the side. Some of them, it's through the middle, which makes it life a lot easier. Alright, what do I do with those pearls? See, crafters never have enough space. I tell you. At least I don't. The more space I have, the more space I need. It sounds like my grandmother. I think my grandmother used to say that. The more money I have, the more bills I have. That's what she used to say. I'm not sure if my grandpa appreciated that comment too much, but yeah, there we go. That's sweet. Okay. Alright, and get the clear bead there. A regular clear bead. So, that one. That's cute. Alright, oops. And then just roll it up. Now when I first started doing these, I would use this to roll it up. And what you're going to find is sometimes they'll be round and sometimes they'll have a fold or a bend in them. And it's because of this. If you use this 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a good, nice, round ring. Just like that. Alright. So, let's see what we got here. So basically at this point, I just start putting them on. Start at the top, kind of work my way down. And I'm just going to use those smaller jump rings. If I can find how to open them. It's really like a three-hand job, you know it. Some people use one of those banana hangers to hang their charm on while they're making them. That would be really helpful. Or something with a nail or a hook. In Maryland, I hang them on my fireplace because I have hooks on it. Alright, so I'm just going to put this in the top one, and bend it back. So just put it in the top one. Oh, sorry. And then I'm just going to start working my way down. When I start these things, I do have some type of a method, a mathematical method. Like I'll probably put every 3, like skip every 3 jump rings or whatever you call these rings, and then like put it on the 4th one. Just try to keep it consistent. But then when you start filling it in, you're going to see that it might not be so convenient to be so mathematically correct. So I would say start out that way lightly, and then see where it takes you. So we'll start out and do every 3. So I'm going to put this over here on this other ring, on the first ring. Okay, and I do put them on the middle one too, even though I have that big nice charm. So that's what we got so far, those 2. And I did use the longer ones, because generally I think, and I'm no expert y'all, but I think you want to kind of keep it skinnier up here and let it get wider as you get to the bottom. So a lot of the wider ones you're going to want to put towards the bottom. And that might not always be the case, but I think that's kind of the general thinking there. So if I were to skip every 3, I could come up 3 right here, since it's a bigger one. And oh, I have to tell you that I have removed them after I put them on too. So don't if something doesn't look right, don't worry about taking it off and putting it somewhere else, because that is just part of it. And you might see colors in there that you don't like together. Just take them out. That's what I do. I sincerely doubt that I've ever done a chunky charm that was only done once. Or not redone. Yeah. So, you know, in the middle one, I kind of jumped to the middle. So I've got 3 links there. I'll just go up 3 more. Put that there. Make sure that they're... So it's starting to... And I'm sorry if I keep going off screen. It's just because this iPad is weird. This is the middle over there, but that's my right side. So I just need to remember to lean over to the right side. Alright, so I hope y'all have had a good day today. Mine was okay. It was busy, but okay. No major outages, no major issues. Oops, that happens too sometimes. So no unexpected surprises today. Greg's out of town again. And oh, his mother-in-law, we had so much fun this weekend. I told you Brooke was coming over, and she got to see her grandma. I really just had a good time. I really like her. Alright, so that's what we got so far. And yes, it looks a little weird in some places, but we're going to get to that. Alright. But you know what, though? I never doubted that I wouldn't like her. Like I said, of, you know, the stories that he used to tell me about her, I knew that I liked her already. And I think she's going to be really happy here, and that really makes me happy. Because where she was living with her son in California, she really didn't have her own space. I mean, she had a bedroom, but, you know, she didn't really have her own space. So now she has, oops, she has her own space. She has a living room, she has a kitchen, a bathroom, a bedroom, her own entrance, and the beach. So you can't hardly go wrong with that. Alright, so I'm just going to do the same thing on the next 2, because I kind of went to the middle strand and did every 3. I'm going to do that on the next, on the sides, on the 2 sides. I'm just going to kind of keep that concept. And then once I get each of the 3 links done, then I'm going to look at it and go, this is what I need to do. I need to move this one, or I need to add something here. Oops, what did I do with them? There we are. Okay. After I get done with this, I'm definitely going to clean my desk, because it is a mess. Alright, I think I'm going to start that that carousel too this week, I hope. I really want to get started on that. But I was thinking I could work on this and work on that. You know, since this is a bigger bead, I'm actually going to try to put it in the last ring. See, I kind of just broke my rule there, didn't I? Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. Oh, sorry. Okay, so what I did was I just kind of put it there, and I just kind of leaned it down to see where it was going to fall. And that's actually a really good place for that to fall, I think. So I put it in the last ring. So yeah, that's good. I think I like where it's going too. I like the colors that are different. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. I didn't nearly make enough dangles, so I'll probably have to make some more of those. Now this one's a long dangle, but it has a big bead. So on this other one, I am going to go down 3 lengths to right about here, I think. I'm just going to let it hang down and see. No, I might go a little lower. Yep. I'm thinking 3 from the bottom. If I can get it. Oh, sorry. That's why it would be nice to have something to hang this on. It's a lot easier. But I'm kind of cheap where it comes to buying something like a banana thingy to hold my charm. So I probably should just make something. Alright, yep, see, I like how that filled that little place in. See? It's starting to come together just a little bit. There's some holes, but we're going to fill it up as we go. Now this one probably should go high up. So it should go like right around here, if you can see that. Okay? So I'm going to try to hook it up there. I guess you can see what I mean. Like if you just start with like doing every 3, it's going to change because then you're going to start trying to fill in the gaps. And you just kind of shake it out, let it see how it's going to naturally fall. And see there's a lot of openness there. So I think I'm going to put this, I got to turn it around away from y'all, sorry y'all. I'm going to put this right here. Okay. Yeah. So we're getting there. I still need more. And I might end up, no, I probably won't. I'll just make some longer ones to kind of, to hang on to the other side. Alright, so I've got this one here. And we're going to have to make some more. Alright, where are you at? Oh, so I'm having this problem with mail. Oh, the United States Postal Service is probably going to kill me. For some reason, they're rejecting all my packages, and I called the post office, and they said that, I don't know, they just started mentioning random names, saying that, I've got this one here, that somebody put in a change of address, and it was a random weird name, and I'm like, seriously? I said, we've lived here for 1.5 years. I don't know, it's really weird. And you know, my carrier doesn't like me anyway, because I order a lot of packages, as y'all know, and she doesn't like to get out of her truck. She pulls in a driveway and honks 3 times, and then if you're not out there within so many minutes, she just takes off and leaves a note on your mailbox that you have to go up and pick your package up. And I kind of called them one day and said, I paid for that shipping, she needs to bring it back. So, I don't know, I think she doesn't like me too much. I have these really cute little beads. You know, I bought these forever ago, and I never use them. I don't know why, but you know what, we might just use one, because I think it'll work well. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's been always. I mean, it's always. And she says it's because I have my dogs, but y'all have seen my dogs. My dogs are small. They're not going to eat her. But she says it's because of the dogs. So I have a feeling they do have this this right to not deliver your mail if your dogs are in the yard or something weird like that. You know, which my dogs are never in the yard. They are behind a fence. Oops, that is my phone. I'll be right back.